Bola Ahmed Tinubu is facing a full-blown diplomatic crisis as the United States of America has taken a decisive action in response to the atrocities and violence against Christians in Nigeria and around the world. The US Department of State has announced that they will restrict US visas to Nigerians who knowingly, directly, authorize, fund, support, or carry out violation of religious freedom. This US visa policy applies to Nigeria and other governments or individuals that persecute people for their religious beliefs. Now, this isn't just another diplomatic statement that will be lost in the noise of international politics. Now, this is a declaration of war, but not with guns and missiles, but with something Nigerian politicians fear far more: visa restrictions. This is the kind that can trap them inside Nigerian borders, cut them off from their children's schools in London, freeze their medical tourism in the United States, and slam the door on their luxury shopping trips to Dubai. For Nigerian politicians who have grown accustomed to treating international travel as a birthright, this announcement is a dagger to their chests. The message is clear, brutal, and unavoidable. If you're linked to religious persecution in Nigeria, America doesn't want you. And not only will you not be welcome in America, you will not also be welcome in states that have strong ties with America. Period. Let's break down exactly what these sanctions means, because make no mistake, this is one of the most powerful tools in America's diplomatic arsenal. Under Section 212, Article A, Subsection 3, Section C of the U.S. Immigration and Nationality Act, the State Department now has the authority to deny U.S. visas to anyone, government officials, militia leaders, financiers, or private individuals who knowingly direct, authorize, fund, support, or carry out violations of religious freedom. Read that again. Knowingly direct, authorize, fund, support, or carry out. This isn't targeting just the trigger pullers and bomb makers. These policies cast a net so wide it catches everyone in the ecosystem of religious violence. The directors, which are the government officials who give orders or create policies that enable religious persecution. That means even the National Assembly members and your president, they are also involved in this. The authorizers, those in positions of power who greenlight violence through action or deliberate inaction. Now, what this means is that for the fact that the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has failed to stop religious persecution in Nigeria, he will also be denied visa to the United States of America. The funders, anyone providing financial support to groups carrying out religious attacks. The supporters, individuals offering logistical support, safe haven, or political cover. Those of you on social media supporting religious extremism, you will also be denied visas. The executors, the actual perpetrators of violence, militia leaders, terrorist commanders, and armed groups. And here is the kicker that should terrify everyone in Nigeria. The visa restriction can also extend to immediate family members. That means your wife, your children, your relative, all potentially banned from entering the United States if you are found complicit in religious freedom violations. Imagine being a Nigerian senator whose daughter is studying at Harvard, or a governor whose wife flies to Houston for medical treatment, or a minister with properties in Atlanta. Now imagine all of that assets evaporating overnight because of a single determination by the US State Department. That's not a hypothetical anymore. That's the new reality the United States of America has just created. Before we continue, let me make a passionate appeal. This analytic from YouTube shows that 96% of viewers haven't subscribed to Avalanche Media. When you subscribe, like, and comment on a video, YouTube will push the video to more people. Please help Avalanche Media to reach more people and grow. Hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, like this video, and comment. Thank you. To understand the full weight of what is happening, we need to rewind to October 31st, 2025, when President Donald Trump redesignated Nigeria as a country of particular concern under the International Religious Freedom Act. Trump accused the Nigerian government of not doing enough to protect Christians from violence, calling the situation in Nigeria an existential threat to Christianity. He didn't stop at diplomatic condemnation. He threatened military action, one of 8 called, and ordered the Pentagon to prepare for potential intervention if the killings continue. Think about that for a moment. The President of the United States publicly threatened to send American troops into Nigeria if the government didn't get religious violence under control. That's not diplomatic pressure. That's a national humiliation on the world stage. The CPC designation isn't symbolic. It's a formal finding that a country is engaged in or tolerating particular several violations of religious freedom. Once that designation is made, US law requires the government to take targeted responses. The visa restriction that the United States Department of State has just announced are one of those responses, but they might not be the last. With this announcement, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration is now facing a diplomatic crisis that threatened to define his presidency, and the stake could have been higher. Tinubu came into office promising renewed international credibility for Nigeria. Instead, his government is now internationally branded as complicit in religious persecution. That's a stain that doesn't wash off easily. The CPC designation and visa restrictions sent a message to every international partner, investor, and organization. Nigeria is a country where religious violence flourishes with government tolerance. That perception alone can damage foreign investment flows, complicate trade negotiations, trigger additional sanctions from other Western countries, undermine Nigerians' bid for greater influence in global institutions. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has tried to appease the United States of America. In what looked like a panic move, Tinubu made a calculated gamble. He nominated General Christopher Gwambin Musa, a Christian from the Middle Belt, as Nigeria's new Minister of Defense. General Musa is described as a devoted Anglican, a faith discipline that reflects in his public conduct. The appointment was clearly designed to send a message to Washington. Look, we are putting a Christian in charge of national security. We are taking this seriously. On paper, it's a smart political move. General Musa is competent, respected, and comes from the region most affected by religious violence. But of course, Bola Ahmed Tinubu gamble didn't work. The US went ahead with the visa restriction anywhere. Why? Because the Trump administration isn't interested in symbolic gestures or political theater. They want results. They want arrests. They want persecutions. They want the killing to stop. Appointing a Christian defense minister, even a highly capable one, doesn't address the fundamental problem, which are the decades of impunity for those who fund, support, and carry out religious violence in Nigeria. The message from Washington is unmistakable. Actions, not appointments. And I think this visa restriction is even better and harder than US invading Nigeria. Now let me tell you why. For decades, Nigerian politicians have operated under a simple assumption. No matter what happens at home, the West will always be open to them. London, Dubai, and America are always their escape plan. This is where they plan to send their kids to school, the places they go for vacation, places to stash their assets, places to receive medical attention when Nigerian hospitals weren't good enough for them. Nigerian political class has addiction to foreign travel. Government officials regularly jet off for medical terrorism, attending conferences that could be done virtually, and making official visits that look suspiciously like shopping trips. For Nigerian politicians, international travel isn't just convenience, it's a status symbol, a safety valve, and an exit strategy. It is the ability to get your children into Harvard. It is the option to fly to London when the kidnapping crisis hits too close to home. It is the comfort of knowing that if things go south, you have somewhere to run. That is the reason why they have been abysmally poor in performing their duty back home. The visa restriction just turned that safety valve into a trap door. Now, these are the categories the visa restriction will look into. If you are a politician from Plateau, Benue, Kaduna, Zamfara, Sokoto, or any state where mass killings of Christians have occurred, you need to ask yourself a hard question. Did I do enough to stop it? Did I persecute the perpetrators? Did I dismantle the militia network? Did I protect Christian communities? Did I speak out against the violence? Did I deploy security resources effectively? If you are the president, your own is worse. The US State Department is asking the same questions, and they are looking at travel record, financial transaction, and intelligence reports to find the answers. If you are a current or former military commander, police commissioner, or intelligence chief who oversaw securities in areas where religious violence was rampant, and you can't show a track record of arrests and persecutions, you are on thin ice. The US policy doesn't require proof of direct participation. Knowing inaction is enough. If you knew about the violence, had the authority to stop it, and choose not to, that's complicity under this policy. Traditional rulers who provide political cover, safe haven, or social legitimacy to groups carrying out religious violence are also potential targets. If you are an MI, Sultan, or traditional ruler who has spoken in defense of groups like Miiti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, you are also going for it. And the members of the National Assembly who have obstructed laws to combat religious violence, defund counter-terrorism operations, or provide justice for victims are also potentially in the crosshairs. These include lawmakers who have blocked grazing prohibition laws, defended ethnic militias in public statements, opposed military operations against terrorist groups, call for dialogue with groups actively killing Nigerians. Make no mistake, these policies reaches beyond government. If you are a businessman, contractor, or wealthy individual who has provided financial support to groups carrying out religious violence, whether directly or through intermediaries, the US Treasury Department has tools to track that. And once they find it, your visa isn't just restricted. Your US-based assets could be frozen. Your business partner could face secondary sanctions, and your children studying in American university could face visa revocations. Now here is where this gets really interesting and potentially transformative for Nigerian democracy. Nigerian political class doesn't just travel abroad for fun. They travel to maintain their grip on power. They send their families abroad for security. They stash their ill-gotten wealth in foreign accounts. They buy properties in London, Atlanta, and Dubai as insurance policies against the chaos they help create at home. The visa restriction just turned all of that into political leverage. None of your politicians will want to be hit with a visa restriction to the United States. They are going to do everything possible to avoid that restriction. And one of the ways they could be caught in that visa restriction is how they carry out the 2027 general election. Any electoral malpractice in 2027 will come with a visa restriction from the United States. They know it. And they will do everything possible to ensure that the 2027 general election is free and fair. Else, they will not be going to the United States of America. It is not just about traveling, like I said. It is about their investment in US and other top-tier Western countries. If ensuring a free, fair, credible election in Nigeria means that they will protect their investment in US, they will do that. So it's a welcome development, and we are going to see how the 2027 general election is going to turn out. Many Nigerian politicians are not driven by ideology or public service. They are driven by the lifestyle that political power enables, the wealth, the prestige, the international access. What's the point of winning an election if you can't enjoy the spoils? What's the point of amassing wealth if you can't spend it in London, Paris, or New York? The visa restriction creates a powerful deterrent effect. The Nigerian politicians now face a choice that couldn't be clearer. Take real, sustained, costly action to end religious violence. Prosecute perpetrators. Protect Christian communities. Accept the political cause. Maintain international legitimacy and visa access. Or they can continue tolerating religious violence, protect politically connected militia leaders, prioritize short-term political expediency, lose visa access, face escalating sanctions, risk international isolation. There is no option C for them. The Trump administration has made that crystal clear. And here is the thing. Even if Trump leaves office, the political coalition demanding accountability on Christian persecution in Nigeria is bipartisan. Republican senators like Ted Cruz and Democratic lawmakers concerned with human rights are aligned on this issue. This isn't going away. This is the new normal. I am Avalanche Media, and I bring the truth like an avalanche, fast, heavy, and unstoppable. Stay informed, stay vigilant, stay ready. If you like this video, please help Avalanche Media to grow and reach wider audience. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, hit the like button, comment your thought, and share this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. This is Avalanche Media. In a world full of noise, we're searching for the light. Cut through all the stories they whisper in the night.